authentic German food. Try this schnitzel. Ask for a cross-check. Utica's finest barber shop. Contact Jordan Baldwin or Kevin Beach on Booksy.com. It's where Crosscheck gets his haircuts. Duratagre for all your new construction plumbing needs. Outside, inside, all around the town. Contact Dura. You need the pipe? They have the pipes. Utica Club Lounge, where the Yeti hang out pre-game and post-game. Incredible food. We have live music. Have a drink with the Yeti. Get some autographs. Bay Farms, where the beef's at. Where the hay's at. Contact Jimmy Fay. Master Vito Hyundai. Make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. It's been a great season so far. What a score. Brandwide Distillery, Cortland, New York. Stop in, say hello to Jimbo. Check out the shop. While you're at the shop, get yourself a little sampler. Sample that coffee liqueur. Have a little gin and tonic maybe. And I know he's got that rumski. Stop in. It's what the Yeti drink. Join us on Monday nights. Toast with Brandwide Distillery. Utica Mac Incorporated. For all your sales and service needs, contact Francis Simile, CRM Commercial Residential Management. Contact Jason down at CRM. Robert Dix Jr. Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix, Rome Sign and Display Company, where we get all our banners here at the Yeti outfit. Liberty Affordable Housing. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and a friend of the Yeti. The B-Dry System. Water issues in your basement, on your property, contact Brandon at B-Dry. Inside, outside, they can dry you out. Water no more. Family Landscape, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ, make your yard Yeti ready. CBI Cables, what the pros use. Custom audio, custom video, network and power cables, built for your needs. CBI Cables. Plug them in. Norris Candy, home of the original candy turkey joints. Check them out online or stop in 321 North Dockstader Ave in Rome, New York. Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Authentic German beer, authentic German food. Try this schnitzel. Ask for a cross-check. Utica's finest barber shop. Contact Jordan Baldwin or Kevin.
Hello, Yeti Nation.
Hello, Gregory, OJ, Yeti Nation. Wow, week 10.
Week 10 in the books.
Week 10 in the books.
What a week it was for you, OJ. You guys have had a great year. And honestly, I got to say, I think you're watching this and everybody picked you in Philadelphia to be at the bottom. And boy, are we all eating our words so far. Congratulations, sir, for having the start you've had.
Yeah. Well, no, it's definitely been a little bit of a start. We'll see what Calgary does against Toronto this weekend. Toronto, if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head, yes, because I had to transfer. I had to transfer a couple tickets because I won't be there.
So this is a tough game though, because Toronto was just able to beat the Rush, and that's kind of a big deal. I mean, the Rush we all picked, they were kind of on fire. They've been going. They faltered a little bit. They're winning those one-goal games. But watching that game, I have to say Nick Rose, I think, looked better than Nick Rose has looked all season. I think that was a big part of the reason why they were what they were in that game.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get a chance to watch that one. But fun fact, I also got to hang out with some of the Roughnecks on their Friday night practice before the game. And
so
they were looking.
Who were you down there hanging out with?
Sweet. So they had a practice on the turf right before us and a little bit during my Friday night thing. And then after they were done, they all came over.
So they all come over to hang out. That's cool. They are all hanging out now after the Firewolves game. Yeah, Toronto got some players back healthy. That was a big thing. There's been a lot going on in that transaction pool. We'll get to that in a little bit. But before we go on too far, we're finally catching up to Paul Noecker. So sorry, Paul, but finally catching up to you a little bit here.
I got to wake up and do some more research because that Saskatchewan, the Mighty Green, they done us wrong on that one. That's for sure. I thought for sure they were going to come out.
Hey, Kai, what's going on? We actually talked about you, Kai, while we were streaming Saturday night. You probably were busy watching the NLL because you had a game playing the Roughnecks, which didn't, quite go your way, unfortunately. But we have a Kyrie, the goalie, and I didn't know. Bob was telling me he lived in Georgia, so he's from Jamaica, lived in Georgia for a little bit, and now is up at Herkimer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Kai's up. That's where we was actually brought it up. Bob didn't know which Kai we was talking about. Or somebody had mentioned.
I said
which
Kai
we
from
talking
Georgia,
about.
and he
Okay.
said, so then Bob thought we were still talking about the other Kai, and I was like, no, Bob, I don't know. I was like, I know that Kai, but it is funny because I believe they're both named Kyrie as well, so yeah. But
Yeah.
Toronto,
Yeah.
catching up with Tan in the comments there with the rush because obviously he cares about that one. Toronto did have a good game. Schreiber back, Schreiber healthy, Schreiber 3 goals, 4 assists. That's the difference. The Toronto offense has definitely been stale. Rose has not been playing his greatest. Honestly, though, the takeaway from that game is Shigliano still played pretty good. 43 saves against that offense. I mean, they're a pretty high-powered offense when you look at everybody getting healthy. So kudos to him. I think things still look good for the season. Hopefully, he doesn't start getting tired. As we heard, who was it earlier in the year said that the biggest concern with Shigliano was his age, essentially, which I didn't think he was that old, but it was brought up at one point.
Yeah, I think it was Paul that said that.
Yeah,
I've been
actually,
talking a
Kai,
lot about
are you
age.
okay? I did see a picture with Kai in the hospital, but he was sending the thumbs up, so I believe he's okay. He had a
I
little,
hope he's all right.
he had a little injury, I believe, from playing. So he was all smiles in his photo on YouTube, so we got that going for us. Check out Kai's Kai the Goalie YouTube channel, and it's all your recommended posts all in one place. I didn't realize. I thought that was something he wrote. That's actually part of the YouTube app that it puts it underneath. But he's the only, he's like the only thing that shows up for me on post because he's the only ones that I ever actually like, thumb up or whatever. So it was one of those things. I thought he wrote that. I was like, that's a pretty clever, clever little thing you got there. But I was giving him credit, and it's actually YouTube, unfortunately. So sorry about that, guy. I did try to get you a little bit, but didn't quite work out the way we wanted it. I'm trying to click on his page right now so you can see. But I all of a sudden forgot how to use YouTube. That does
That's
happen.
a given on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sitting there doing the games the other day, and I'm trying to get myself on YouTube, and Greg's like, "Paul, just hit open."
Just hit open. He's sitting there. He's like, "I'm not going to download the app." He starts opening it through Safari, and he's trying to watch it. And he has to bypass the app on his phone, so he's trying to click past it. And I was like, "Paul, just click open. The phone will do what it wants." We were talking about this off air though. That Rochester Halifax game. When you talk about that, I mean, how do you know which Rochester team to pick? Lanchberry, though, on fire, feeding the offense. Connor Fields looking like Connor Fields again. Boy, you got to watch out for Rochester. A lot of us didn't pick them. You said they were going to be good. And I got to say, Hutchcraft has really stepped up.
He's coming on.
I've been very impressed.
Very, as far as I went away from what I was preaching the I-90 corridor and everything, and I stepped away from it, and I definitely regret doing that. But after the week before, you had Jammer coming back and a lot of good things. And why was Hill back in net? If I'm not mistaken, that's what I thought I was reading. Or Warren Hill, 47 saves. What's his name? Last week was on fire, and all of a sudden,
on fire, he gave up 18 goals.
Yeah, well,
yeah, he was on fire. It's kind of hard.
He got the W, though.
He did get the W, but 18 goals, 19 goals. And as you see in this game, they weren't going for that. I mean, Hill had 47 saves. Hill played pretty good. I honestly just think it was really the offense of, getting on those runs and getting the rebounds and the loose balls was the biggest difference, and getting the possessions they needed to. And honestly, Rochester's defense is very, very underrated, and everybody talked about they needed Hutchcraft to come. And I know this is kind of a beat-up Halifax team, but the rest of the road forward, I think, for Rochester, they definitely got to feel more confident. I mean, last week, 19 goals, this week 9. So, yeah, I don't know. You think they should have went with Hutchison again, the Team USA backup goalie over.
He got the W
Warren
for
Hill.
him.
He did.
Yeah, he got the W for him. I mean,
he got the W, and you forgive the fact that he gave up 18.
Who got the W? It's like the Bills game last night. People are sitting there bitching, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. You win. You got the W. That's when it comes down to who was in goal. What winning goalie? Do they say, oh, he let in 18? Well, you did. But in regards to the stats, the stats are going to say, I can't even think of names right now. I'm not babbling, but I'm on a roll. You know, I think that's not to say doggish, but I don't know. That was kind of a step back. He went into their house and saved enough goals to get the W, a needed W, and then you come back home and you put Hill in. I don't like it. Don't like it.
The whole reason Hill got the first start was when Hill beat Team USA in the Worlds, and that kind of gave him a bump, and he's been ever since then kind of on fire. So I am a big Warren Hill fan, but like Dan says, this year he has not looked great. I mean, he had 47 saves, but just like the Toronto game, he didn't have as many saves. Rose didn't as Chigliano, but he made the big saves he needed to, and that's the difference. It always, all these games, look at the scores; they come down to mostly 2 or 3 goals. So it really, it's how many shots, how many saves, but it's who makes those big saves, those couple of needed saves. Speaking of which, Dougie looking back in full action, and actually more impressive though, I think, with Albany was the offense was clicking, and they were able to score in the second half after the announcers made such a big deal about what was happening at the beginning of the game and how great Albany's been at the beginning. Albany came out and they kind of decided, you know what, we're going to take a little bit of the beginning off. For whatever reason, they need to have that slump where they don't play the whole game, so they were like, okay, we'll just take the beginning of the game off instead of the end of the game. That seems to work better for us. So kudos to Coach Clark figuring that one out and taking the early part off and letting Colorado get up to a run.
But, well, you got a 0 in the first and 4 in the second, and you went into halftime 5-4. That's not too bad, position, and you make your changes, and next thing you know, you're coming out and you're tying them up 3-3 in the third, and then you go on your run. That good props to them. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, Dougie played great. I love being able to watch him, but I think the biggest thing really was Ethan Walker. The way he just kind of took over, dishing the ball out, taking charge. I think that's huge. The way he played, I think they need him to play that big. He was out at the beginning. They've been moving guys around, and actually talking to Josh though, watching our new guy. Big fan, and rightfully so. I did watch the game, and of course I'm blanking on his name now. I'm trying. Carson Moyer. Sorry, but yeah. So he's not quite as tenacious as Grennan, but he does fill that role of being that tough guy.
So they had a little bit of a little passion in them. They played a little harder.
Yeah. No,
they had that. They had that Greenwich or I don't know. They haven't had the fire that they had last year.
But so like when you look at his stats, he's got 1 caused turnover. He plays offense, so I mean, for him to be able, like, that's the ride. He's causing turnovers on the ride. He's digging in the corners. He's getting that. He's got that tenacity. Is kind of what. When you watch him, I will say at one point, Will Johansson got beat so bad it was kind of embarrassing. I actually was clipping the highlights, so I looked up just to watch the replay. And when I first watched, I was like, "Oh my goodness, what the heck happened?" And then when you watched it, he actually tripped over his own 2 feet as he went. He just misanticipated it when he tried to catch himself. He slipped, and it was just like terrible in the replay. So that didn't look good for him. But the rest of I think having that guy putting the pressure on, settling the transition down a little more with the ride, besides just Alex Simmons riding, because that kid rides hard, man. That OJ.
No, I did that on purpose. I was trying to see if I could fix my screen because you guys are very blurry right now.
Maybe your internet's a little messed up.
I think it is because of how cold it's been the last couple of days in Calgary here.
A little chilly.
What's your temperature?
A little chilly.
I think it's been like minus 15 to like 25 with the wind chill.
And that's nice. Celsius, right? So that's real cold in real numbers.
Josh, I got to ask Josh a question. I'm sitting here going through the Albany lineup, and the one that we've been pushing through, and we thought that what's his name, number one there, with being him gone, that our boy Paulus would be getting some rep, and he didn't even make a healthy scratch. He's not even on the roster.
Yeah, no, there's some issues. He's on the holdout list now. They've got some issues going on that they got to figure out.
We
and
pissed everybody off, huh?
did you see
After Blatton like he did, he pissed off the Albany.
Did you see what Tan just wrote in the chat there? Minus
Yeah.
50. That is, yeah, no thanks. You guys can keep all that.
Yeah. No, I'm fortunate. It's been a fairly nice winter so far. I don't know about Josh, but it's been fairly nice here in Calgary. Not like our coldest winter ever.
And then I love Kai's comment that school's closed because it might snow. So the worst trip I've ever had driving from Florida was when we had to come back, and they had an inch of snow in Georgia, and they shut the entire state down. It was
really,
oh my goodness, it was awful. You just talk about like a terrible time. Like they would. I got off the thruway to get gas, and as I was getting off, thankfully the guy told me, he goes, if you get off, you can't get back on. So I ended up going up like 4 more exits, barely getting to the next gas station, and somebody told me how to sneak back on because they wouldn't let you on it. They closed it. It was literally an inch of snow. They took all the dump trucks and they hooked them up, and they just ran one line and made an ice sheet on the highway. I was like, oh, you guys are that kind of not used to snow. Have fun with that. But
well, in BC in the Lower Mainland, when I was living there, it could be like 6 inches of snow, and they would close all the schools down and everything. It would be a snow day.
Yeah, 6 inches.
They're calling for 3 feet just north of my house tonight.
Well, what was the snowstorm you just got, Paul? How much did you get that?
We had 5 foot.
Yeah.
We had 5 foot of snow, 2 weeks ago. And still, not to say digging out a little bit, but I'm glad my neighbor next door has got a little green tractor and it's got a dump bucket on it, and he keeps banging out my end of my driveway in the snowbank. So I got to say thanks, Ray.
Yeah.
Especially since my snowblower, I pulled the ripcord out, and I'm like, I got an electric start. I go to hit the electric start, and there's nothing.
My snowblower's still in the shop, and actually, so I'm the only one without really any snow. We've got a dusting that the dogs have pretty much ripped up off the ground. So yeah, thankfully, my 40 miles north of Albany seems to somehow have protected me in there. And speaking of which, I don't think anybody was surprised at the Philadelphia Buffalo game, but I was surprised that Philly scored 14 goals.
They made a comeback at the end. They pushed the tempo. They weren't giving up by any means. That's for sure.
Who's the bigger surprise this season? Calgary, Saskatchewan, or Philadelphia? I'm going to say Philadelphia.
I'm going to say Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of self-doubt I had for Calgary is kind of biting me in the butt right now.
Hey, you want to know what? You got to love when you're going to the games.
I'm glad to be proven wrong, Noecker.
Absolutely. When your boys are putting W's up and you thought it wasn't going to be, it's a rebuilding concept.
Yeah.
They obviously did some good rebuilding. That's for sure.
If we didn't have Dobie and Dixon, I don't know where we'd be right now.
Yes, it would be rough. That would definitely be for sure. You would have a rough go at it. But actually, my window went blank. I was trying to look at it real quick. That 10-goal second quarter, though. I mean, really, that's what killed that game. Yeah.
That's a crusher.
Buffalo's just showing off at that point.
Yeah. Well, is it Josh has a point, or is it they're just that smooth? I think they're that smooth. I really do.
Thank you, Prairie Tan. Prairie Tan agrees that Calgary
and Josh.
And Josh.
And Josh,
both of them.
Prairie Tan actually watched my game day video and was the friendly reminder I needed to get my sound quality better.
Oh, sweet. There we go. That's how we learn. That's how we make things better. But yeah.
So there's a version 2 out that has better audio.
All right. I like it. But I thought they were going to be a surprise, but I knew Calgary just being the rest of the team and the guys that they were getting, I knew they were going to do good. I did not think Damoud and Philadelphia were going to do what they've been able to do so far. I think it's not even close. I remember watching. Yeah.
That's how I'm reading in the
stereo.
Trying to keep
I
up.
appreciate it, Prairie Tan.
Yes. Trying to keep up in the chats. It's hard. But then, again, you got to go to this Vegas. I did not get a chance to watch this game. I'm actually going to watch it tomorrow, the Vegas and San Diego game. So me and Josh were both wrong on this one. And, Toronto is a huge surprise. We're going to get into that when in a little bit here. But, yeah, no, the Vegas game. So what's going on with San Diego? Are people – I mean – we've talked to Desert Dogs a couple of times. Their offense can be there, their defense not so much. Yeah. But really, with San Diego, I did not expect. I thought they would be able to score at least 15 goals against Vegas. I think that's more concerning than the loss. You know, if your defense fell apart and you had a bad night, you could understand it. But not being, I don't know. I just don't think Vegas' defense is that good.
It's Hannah's got to step up and be their man. And what's Hannah doing? He's stepping up and being their man. 5 assists, 3 goals, 8. Leading man, 8 points out of how many? 13 they have? 12.
Yeah.
So he's 3/4 of their offense right there. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. No, I mean when you look at it like that, and then you look through, I don't know.
And how about Yeti getting and not for nothing? You take a look. Who got the W?
Yeah.
Mr. Yeti. Hello, Getty, Albany.
Okay, we did, and we talked about that 43 saves. So Justin Getty being there, I was very impressed with Justin Getty. I was not happy that we lost him. He only played a couple of games. Dougie had a really bad year last year. He was battling some injuries, and he came in twice. One game, not so good, but, I mean, you're going to have those games as a young goalie. Even like this, he came out and he showed what he could do against San Diego. But if you're going to continue to play him, you're going to have a couple of those games. Like you're going through it with McLeod right now. I mean, what?
Yeah.
You know what it's like. You just got those moments where you're like, oh, man, there's the new kid. You went through it with Delbs. Delbs was a young starter. Hill. Yeah, that's a terrible position. I would never want to be a goalie.
Yeah, and I finally met Clowder at that practice last week, and great guy. He seems like a pretty chill dude.
Yeah. Oh man. So Joe Rogan was at some game, so I guess that's really popular. I know he commented they made a short, so box lacrosse is about to become a lot more popular just because he mentioned it in the in his thing. He was watching he watched Belter get knocked out. Sorry, Belter. I like that kid. I did talk to him. He's okay, so that was good to hear. But he watched Belter get knocked out. That was what he was talking about.
Yeah.
It was like, oh man, that's huge.
I forgot about that, Josh. Thanks for the reminder. Vegas sold out their arena for the first time.
Yeah, I seen that myself. Yeah,
that's
positive. I mean,
no, the sport's growing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hashtag
I mean,
for the game, guys.
Well, it is funny. Gretzky had a big weekend too, and then IL Indoor Stamper was talking about it. If anybody hasn't checked out his musings yet this week, check him out. He compares Dane Smith to Wayne Gretzky, and I really liked the with the assist. Just talking about how important assist is, and really when we talk about Dane Smith's legacy is how underappreciated he is because he doesn't score. And he's still, everybody appreciates him. He's great. But if you considered an assist as valuable as a goal, we'd be talking about Dane Smith being the GOAT right now, like without a doubt. The way he feeds that team, and I think when we look back at it, if he continues this for another couple of years, there's no way you're going to look at it. The only thing is he's got Josh Byrne around him and some of these guys, but I still don't. Would they be what they are without Dane facilitating that offense, the way he can run? So, big week for Gretzky. That was a huge article. What are your thoughts in the chat? Everybody let me know about that. Do you guys think Dane Smith possibly can be, like when we look back at this, is he going to be the Gretzky, Jordan, LeBron of this era? I honestly think he can, especially if he can do, 3-4 more years of these numbers, which I don't think will be a problem. When you look at his stats, he's going. But then you talk about Jeff Teat and you look at where he is offensively compared to Tavares. So Dane Smith started way later, coming from out of that back door. So it's tough.
Yeah, no question. And it's not just this year, it's last year. It's not just last year, it's the year before that. It's year after year. Like you were saying, as far as a great Wayne Gretzky similarities.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
I'm pretty sure he's the leader in
Yeah, no, Lyle's
assist right now.
definitely yes, Lyle and the Thompson brother dynasty, 100%. But I think when you look at Lyle too, though, Lyle is much more of a one-man show. So I guess that's why I'm comparing him more to Gretzky with the assists setup, because like
Yeah.
Lyle's he's your goal scorer. He plays hard defense. He can feed guys, but he's got such a flowy style that he kind of needs somebody to either has played with him forever. That's why you see they're bringing his brother back again to try to smooth things out there. But honestly, when him and Q and the boys aren't syncing, it's a big struggle. But
yeah. Yeah, and until the game today, he was the assist leader for the week, was Dane Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Dane Smith has been. Yeah, Mile made an appearance this weekend. So, yeah, I don't think Dane Smith will ever beat Lyle as far as even be in that competition. I guess I should have worded that, more the Gretzky style, just the way he feeds it around. Because like when you think of Gretzky, if you really watch, yes, he was a great goal scorer and he was amazing, but what your real appreciation was the way he anticipated the play. I mean, the way he could move around and like it just saw the way it was and sees the way it's happening in front of him, because he wasn't the biggest guy, he's not the fastest guy, and that's something Dane Smith has over him is he's a lengthy, he's at least got the height. Yeah.
Well, similar to Gretzky though is the supporting cast. It's not like it was just Wayne Gretzky. I mean, you got I'm sure Mark Messier.
Well, especially you talk about the original Edmonton Oilers. See, but I'm not quite that old, Paul. That was a little bit before my time. I think of Gretzky and the Kings. Melrose. I mean, look at the mullet we got. We're all Melrose kids
that's
here.
What we're doing. We're doing the Melrose.
It's the Melrose place here. Yeah, we're all a Barry Melrose fan club.
I mean, my dad tells me about the old Oilers and
Grant Fuhr. As far as Matt, the supporting cast around is what's going to make the great ones great, and so that's what makes them great as well.
And like he says with that flow style, though, when you talk about guys with a flow style, that's just from having a passion to play, because that's creativity. You can't practice that in practice. No coach is ever going to allow you the time to do that. That's something you build on your own, just having a passion and drive that other people don't, and that's why, I think Lyle will be at that level. Speaking of which, what is up with the Swarm? They seem to go through this every year where they go up and down, and then they go through spurts where things aren't going. Maybe Kai can hook us up with what's happening. Yeah, Andy McDonald. But so I mean, when you're looking,
I mean, Georgia can have a game against Calgary any day. I'm okay.
Yeah, I don't know though. I mean, so what do we think for Georgia? Was it a fluke at the beginning of the year, or is this a slump now?
Ooh.
I think this is just a little bit of a slump. I think they'll get some things figured out, but they always they do go in spurts, and it makes you a little nervous as you go through. But that's just the playbook for Georgia, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they always up and down. And then so tonight's game, Paul, you watched tonight's game, you said?
I tell you one thing, it was a fabulous game this evening.
We were all wrong. I am so impressed with that O'Neill kid.
He is a dog, man. That kid he's a big guy, and he gets that body rolling, and he can sling it. He was ripping outside rope and then also getting to the middle. Yeah. That's the biggest thing. Get to the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he drives hard. He gets into the middle, and when he doesn't, if he draws a double team, he's getting more mature. Like Stamper had me clip some stuff last week where you could see where he would step in like he was going to draw the team, and then pass it out to the other guys, and just the maturity of him. And huge fan of that kid. I think that's a big part of the reason the Wings are where they are. Katoni, they benefited. I don't know. You look at some of these teams. I really think they benefited the most with getting Damoud. I think that was huge. I mean, yes, Ottawa got Higgins, and we did see that is a big part. Vancouver seems to be just not. They're all the games are close, but they're just not able to bury it. What's going on up there, OJ? You're going out there this week. Give us some insight as we get ready to go into the picks. I mean, what can we expect this week?
I mean, Vancouver after losing 2 games, is gonna mouse, and actually some of the advisors that go over tapes with them, who I know as well, are gonna look hard at the tapes, and they're gonna get it together for this week.
Yeah,
I like
hopefully.
that. That's a good breakdown. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that, Prairie Tan. In regards to put us on mute. He's watching the game right now.
Yeah.
We'll stop talking about it then. We'll go on to the next one.
I mean,
So that being
I'm
said,
okay, no.
OJ, are you thinking they're gonna do it, and your boys are gonna? I'll let you make the first pick this week.
I mean, it's a tough one because we all know how Ottawa is good here. I'm gonna go out on a limb. And if Vancouver doesn't win this one, I might have to start voting against them.
Okay, so this is the last week you're locking into Vancouver, and things might change after that.
Yeah.
I love it in the chat. All right, Josh, throw us your picks as you go. We'll get them up there. Unless you would put it in the Discord, I might have missed it. But yeah, throw us your picks as you're going. We'll get them all in there. I myself this week am going to pick Ottawa. I think Ottawa is going to turn things around, and they're going to start moving. That being said, they need to start playing Grennan. I'm a huge Grennan fan. I know not everybody is, especially Stanford for some reason. I don't know what he's thinking. But I like Vancouver.
I love Grennan.
Honestly, though, Del Bianco has lost value compared to Aiden Walsh, not because everybody thinks Del Bianco's overrated. We were just joking with that last week. But honestly, just because Aiden Walsh has been playing very, very good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm actually hoping to have an interview with Aiden Walsh soonish.
I can't say I blame you. So Josh is also going with Ottawa. All right, Paul, who you picking?
Well, I can't let the dude run on me, so I'm going Calgary.
No, for the Vancouver game.
Vancouver.
Oh, we're playing.
It's Vancouver, Ottawa.
You got, yeah.
Ottawa's playing.
Ottawa's playing Calgary on mine, isn't it?
Wait.
No.
Yeah, Vancouver's playing Halifax Friday.
We got the schedules.
I'm a week ahead. Never mind.
You're a week ahead.
I was like, hang on, we've done it before though.
I'm sitting there. So we're saying Toronto is playing Calgary, correct?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Ottawa is playing Vancouver.
Oh yeah, Ottawa's playing Vancouver.
Yeah.
He's going to the game is the only reason I'm pretty sure OJ's got it locked down this week.
Gotcha. So he's
I'm looking at it too. Toronto, Calgary.
Juice is taking Vancouver.
So are you gonna pick Vancouver to stay with him?
I'm going Vancouver.
Okay.
There's no question. I'm playing the game.
Most of the boys can pull it.
Yeah. I'm going with Mouse. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I have watched a little bit of the ALL, but unfortunately, I don't have enough time to watch it all. Is always my problem. I wish I could, because I know a lot of those guys too. There's a bunch of guys from the Can-Am that play in it. It really would be a blast to watch more of it. There is so much talent.
Honestly, I haven't seen any of the ALL.
Oh man, you gotta. So JVI does highlights on their YouTube channel of the games. Just go watch the highlights. It's like a 5-minute reel. They do like I do the highlights of the Yeti games where you just put all the stuff together. Those are what I do. That's my jam. I just throw them up on the television while I'm working around on the computer. And no, they're I love watching it. I love the ALL. There's a bunch of the Tusky guys play there. The guys that don't aren't the NLL quite there yet. And there is it's all on YouTube. It's all free. It's a beautiful thing.
Cool.
But I'm going to go out and I'm going to tell you right now, Toronto is starting to turn things around. In the chats a little while ago, they were talking about they think the biggest surprise this season has been Toronto. I think it wasn't so much a surprise as it was when you look through the injuries. It's kind of what happens. So I kind of understood. I feel it's mainly the injuries anyways. Yeah, sorry, even Josh knows.
Yeah, so the reason I'm laughing is because Josh says they'll lose without me in the stands. I mean, okay.
That's what it is. If you were there this week, you could totally have thrown it around, but they're not going to know what to do not having you there.
I mean, if you've ever... So I got a comment about the game I was at on Saturday on one of my photos.
Yeah.
But basically, if you ever see me at a Roughnecks game, I'm up there doing the cheer, dancing around.
Having a good time. Oh, yeah.
the boards, just having a good time.
Yeah, we see on the TV whenever I watch the Roughnecks games.
Yeah.
Paul, what are you thinking for this week? OJ, are you sticking with the Roughnecks? And Paul, what are you thinking? I guess
I have to. I have to stick with the
you got
Roughnecks.
to, right? Okay, I already had
He's
you over
gotta.
there. Paul, I don't have you committed there yet. You're sitting in the middle.
Mm.
You're waiting.
Mhm.
Help me help you, Paul.
Help me help you there, Gregory. You want to know what? I picked the Calgary last week, didn't I? I did.
Yeah.
And you want to know what? I'm looking at them. I'm going Calgary. I'm playing the game.
You're playing the game. You're going Calgary
I'm
just to
playing the
keep
game.
the standings. All right, I see what you're doing there.
We got some New York love coming here. He's always about the Canadian love. I got some New York love coming up here.
Yeah. So, and Tan threw his in there too, and he's picking Rochester the next one. So, as Paul has brought up, they're very inconsistent. So, what are we thinking, guys? What are you thinking, Paul? Are they consistent enough to get it together? Is Rochester going to be able to beat the Colorado Mammoth, or what's happening with this?
It's coming back home to Rochester, and you want to know what? We're going Rochester. There's no question. They need to make that fan base start rocking and rolling again, and they're going to do it against Colorado.
So Rochester it is.
Rochester it is.
You're in love again.
I am.
I like it. All right, OJ, who you thinking?
I mean, seeing the comments and like going over this in my head.
Josh has picked Rochester. I will say Josh has he's done pretty well this season. Look at his record down there. I mean,
well, I gotta go. I was gonna go. I'm going Rochester.
You're going Rochester as well. All right.
Yeah.
So, and then he went Rochester. You know, I actually need to make up a little bit more ground. I'm going to make this pick strictly based on the fact that I need a win against you guys all picking somebody else. So, no, I honestly think so. When you watch Ryan Lee and that offense, I watched that game against the Firewolves. They had a little bit of a lapse that I don't think they're going to have. I don't think Rochester's defense is what Albany's is. Yes, Albany's defense is a little banged up, but I do not think that Rochester's defense and goaltending is even close to what Albany's is. So that's kind of my decision on that one, and I'll go out and pick the next one too. Yeah, we are definitely beating the Rush. Sorry, Prairie Tan, your dream was over. You guys had a beautiful start to the season, but we need to turn our season around. We're making the march to the playoffs as you guys can march your way back down to the bottom of the pack. But no, they honestly Shigliano, I think, has been the biggest factor in that, and I think if he continues to play like that, this is definitely not an easy game for us. I could totally see Shigliano shutting down our offense and us having to struggle to get through this game. So I'm holding out hope for it, but I would not be surprised if it goes either way. OJ, I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, boy. Like you said, this game is probably going to be a really close one. So, I mean, it could go either way.
Well,
Canada, my home and
Greg,
native land.
Sorry, Noecker, that's where I'm leaning. Yeah, I gotta go Sask. Hey, you know what? I'm one of the few people that sing the American at the Roughnecks game.
I sing it. I sing the Canadian.
He sings the Canadian one. I've heard him do it several times. As he,
I sing the
everywhere
American
we go.
one, and everyone looks at me, and I'm like.
I always look at Paul too. I'm like, we're not Canadian. I'm not. What are you doing, Paul? But he does. He sings it for us.
I love it. It comes from the hockey in me, and being from Buffalo,
I can't stop. I tap my feet every time I get ready to go. All right, Paul. So are you thinking, oh, Canada? Are you thinking,
oh, say can you see?
Bones get brittle in the cold.
I'm picking Albany.
I like it. That was a good one. I like what Tan said, though. Bones get brittle in the cold. Honestly, that Rush team has been good. And he was also key when he said about Connor Fields. As the season goes on, though, if you're not keyed up for that physical game, I think that is such a huge part of it. I think Vancouver's going to do better towards the end of the season. They're wearing these teams down like everybody's. I don't know. How do you think that plays out the rest of the year? We're about a third of the way through. This is our 1/3 mark so far. So we've got we're moving. How's it go for the rest of the year? What team that is on the bottom is going to be on the top, and what team that's on the top is going to be on the bottom?
Ooh, that's a good question, huh? Does Philly keep the march going? That's a huge question.
Yeah, so I mean, as we're looking
right now,
yeah, I think they do. I think Ottawa, even though they're sitting in the third spot, and I think they're going to do okay. I think they're sitting way too high right now. I think Albany's got to get back up there. Toronto's going to get back up there.
What team from the top we think is going to be on the bottom?
Well, who's going to fall the farthest? So I mean, like the Rush, I think are pretty much where they're at. I think them and Albany are going to be vying for that spot right there. I think Albany could take the one above them, but I would expect San Diego to figure it out.
Yeah.
I would say Toronto's going to make a jump. I also think that falling is probably going to be the man starting this
even Tan says Sass drops.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam. I got to get some sound bites on the soundboard. I've got some extra spots. I'll ask Jared to give me some sound effects so we can do it. But yeah, so you think it's going to be Colorado?
I think it's going to be Colorado falling down, yeah.
All right, Colorado's falling down. I think they're going to hold about where they are. I honestly think Sass could, but I think it's going to be Ottawa's falls below them. Sass, but if Tan's even saying Sass is falling and he's our Rush fan, we might want to consider the source here. We'll even put that one right up in the chat, so we can't ever forget to live that one down. We got a clip of it now.
Yeah.
What I'm excited to see as far as this week is Buffalo's getting a bye. They got the weekend off, regroup, heal some bumps and bruises, and come back firing. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big year. I think Albany's gonna turn it around. We're going the rest of the way. Now, without further ado, though, because we've already been doing this for 40 minutes and we haven't gotten into our highlights yet.
We haven't. Oh yeah, we haven't. Yeah.
No, we've got all the Yeti highlights, which were pretty amazing. I'm moving the mouse around trying to get on the screen. It's on a separate computer, so pardon me as I figure this out. But no, we start right out with a Mario Diaz save, and that place is so amazing. Oh man,
it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Beautiful rink. As far as it's a little different. It's got the outdoor knobs, black rubber knobbies, so it gives it a little different ball spin. And
is that the original Worlds? Was that?
Yeah,
that's where the Worlds was at.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks familiar.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we were filming right where we were filming, OJ. So then there's Neil Powlis doing Neil Powlis type things.
Doing a Neil Powlis thing. We had Suits wearing number 22. He forgot his jersey, or he says I gave it to somebody, and maybe I did. I don't know. Laxney does a lot of crazy things.
What happened? You gave away Neil's jersey?
Oh, not that I gave it away. No, not Neil's. Suits 22. Neil. But with that,
I'm pretty fake now. If that's the one I have.
No, it's not. As far as I do need to say something here because at the end of the evening, after we played the Oneida game, it was a nice little a gathering of Yeti inside there. Not all the Yeti, but all of them that were at the game. And Neil Powlis is spoke up and wanted to say a little thank you, and we wanted to say a little thank you to Neil. Because it's been a special honor having him run with us for the last 4 years. That he's got the opportunity to play with his brother-in-law, who's going to be playing for Oneida this year. So he wants his wife to come watch him a little bit. What a split dodge that was.
Yeah. So he's returning to Oneida. He's going to go play for
Neil is going to go play with some family out in Oneida. So
closer to home.
Just give a little shout out to Neil and thank him for his years with the Yeti, and look forward to more games coming with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great weekend. This one against Oswego. Oswego, none of us have had any practicing and everything. So
no, this was
Oswego hasn't. Yeah,
I was very happy with it. Yeah, that Yeti dunk was a banger from Al Snow, is one he's talking about. Kai in the chats. No, I was very impressed with Mario for not really having any runs going into it, though. He was seeing the ball very well. Getting a little tired towards the end,
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean
Happens. How about
the fourth period. Go on.
how about this kid? Man, this freaking goal
Oh,
right
what's
here.
this?
This little like reverse whip, whatever it is, he catches it up in the air.
Oh.
He bounces it between. Whoop.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that one was nuts.
He had that. He was the one. He played with us during the Worlds. Maybe the last name Smith. I think his first name's Cade. I can't remember, and I apologize. But he had a sweet goal against Oneida earlier in their game. One-handed, nice ripper.
Yes, and they're talking about how Falvo, you got him a jersey, but you gave him a goalie jersey, so now he wears it like a nightgown. Basically, it sounds like he has to go
I
past his
didn't give him
knees.
He didn't get a goalie jersey. He's just a little guy.
He's just
and
you gave Mal Stowe's jersey.
No, as far as I think it was 20, maybe 29. No, I don't. He didn't get a goalie jersey. No. He got a last year's. I think I may even gave him a cross-check jersey.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, but Mike, I didn't give Mike. He's jibber jabbering, and he does a great job at it.
He does.
Oh, speaking of getting things, Paul, did you get your package?
Yes, yeah. Thank you for saying that. It's sitting right here, and I wanted to say it. I appreciate that. And OJ, you're very welcome. The nice little card in there. You want to know what this is? What lacrosse is all about, my friend.
Yeah.
As far as meeting people and spreading the love of the game. And that right there will definitely be on my Christmas tree. It'll be hanging with many of my other mementos, but come Christmas time, I will definitely have it on the tree.
Mine's on the fridge because we already put our Christmas decorations away. So mine hangs right on the fridge all year to make sure that it makes it with it. How about this kid Hussey, man, though?
Little Huss.
He is so much fun to watch, man.
He's got.
Goalie
There's a
jersey,
reason
you
why.
say? I'm laughing at Kai in the comments. Goalie jersey, you say?
Hey Kai, do me a favor. Talk to me. Get a hold of me. Send me an email. I might be able to hook a goalie up down in Georgia. How's that sound?
We got to get down there and film. It's way warmer down there. I'll take their inch of snow, and they're 2 days of 30 degrees while they figure it out.
Yeah, they can have.
Yeah, does somebody want to fly me out to Georgia?
Yeah, a lot of great stuff. Here comes Huss picking up a ground ball and sticking it.
Yeah, so there was some confusion there. The NABLL rule, does it have to be in the stick, or can they bat it in like a hockey puck? I don't know.
The NABLL rule is the same rule
as the NLL, right? So it's supposed to be possessed.
Yeah.
Or you got to do who was it? Jesse King did the possession, like the little half flip and got it.
Yep.
Yeah. Mario shutting down the dunk. No, I love this. We had a bunch of big saves from Mario. How about Uncle Jesse here?
Unc doing a great job.
Yeah.
Blaine had a good game, solid game. The guys were working the ball. I mean, it's great. I'm very excited going into 2025. The core is back. Obviously we've talked about Neil. We have a couple.
This kid just got run over twice. That looks like it's a replay. That was a different play. Like he just kept setting himself up.
Oh yeah.
This time they didn't run him over, and that's why they usually run him over. Yeah.
Yeah. Oneida, I mean, they came out with a very talented team in their first game, and also against us. As far as some young players, many. I think this is what the NABLL is going to offer, especially Oneida and the older guys. That don't want to play in the Can-Am seniors
30-game
because
seasons.
of the amount of games. That's a lot of games. So this is going to give the guys an opportunity to continue playing and playing quality ball. As you can watch this entire day, there's nothing but great ball being played.
No,
and like I
with
said,
running time to get this many highlights in is pretty crazy. These guys putting the rebounds. Yeah. No, I love seeing it. And thankfully, I've watched enough of the guys now that I'm starting to recognize some of the guys like Roscoe. They're goalies, so that's going to be really interesting to see how that breaks down for Oneida, because a couple of those guys like Roscoe, he plays for Onondaga too. Cathers, who's playing this game right now, he didn't play till towards the end of the year, and when he did, he was playing offense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, that like I said, it's going to give an opportunity for a lot of people to play that, not to say that they can't play at that level, but, you get up into, take a look at our team. I want to say, what's our average age? Probably near 37, 38.
Yeah.
With taking the older guys. So, I mean,
well,
you start
and
to pump in some younger.
You're going to balance way younger, though, because you just lost a 50-year-old.
True.
So
True.
you do bounce way younger. Now I tell you, I was kind of surprised to see the so many of the field helmets out there. I wasn't sure you were going to have all these guys showing up, but you did have quite a few of the college age guys come running, and really it was impressive to see. So you could see, I don't know how they missed that handball. Even he doesn't know how they missed that handball. He's like, what the heck? He's looking back at the ref like.
They were running with 2 officials, so I'll give them benefit of the doubt on some missed calls. But, props to Matt and Baker and Bill Hardy for doing what they do. And, it's good to see them guys still running up and down the floor.
This kid's goal, yeah. He scored that first beauty, and then he has this one. Whoop! Oh, my goodness. Yeah,
we know who this one is. He's just an amazing player.
Who is that kid? 27.
Number 27. I wasn't sure. He was. Who was it? Because
is it?
I was talking to him at the end too.
It wasn't Rio.
I was talking to a couple of the guys. No, wasn't Rio.
I think they do play indoor soccer. It looks like the fields are set up for the nets at the end there. Yeah, I think it actually is a net.
It is capable of soccer when they do have it set up for it. It does a lot. It does allow for it.
Huge shout out to CBI Cables for getting the end view. Unfortunately, we had some issues getting the other side working. But as we get into this next Yeti game, we will see.
There's some good goals.
That Chase Kogan is so much fun to watch. 17-year-old kid.
The 17-year, I'm not to say I'm putting pressure on him. He plays enough box lacrosse with adults and men, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he's the number 1 pick someday.
He should be. If not, what are you doing? I mean, he's already playing with so many of these guys in the NLL. Look at this freaking save here. Look at Mario, all over it, and then Konzo picks it up. Yeah. Boom.
He had a great day. He was seeing the ball. He saw a lot of rubber. That's what we wanted to have happen. Was Mario?
That's a good
rubber. It's time to. He wants it. Sully wants it. Paulie Gate wants it. We got some other guys that are looking to try out. So it's going to be an exciting season. 2025 is it's here.
Yeah, I can clip it, Josh. Just send me a message in the Discord so I don't forget about it. Otherwise, I would totally go space on it. But I'll grab it tomorrow when I'm grabbing the rest of the highlights for the show. No, but I mean, like, you look at that. Someday this highlight. Oh, shit. I forgot. I put the whole highlight video in there. But him saving that on Chase Kogan. So when he's the number 1 pick someday, Mario's always going to be able to look back and be like, yeah, but I shut him down on this breakaway. Beecher's got a clip right there. It was. I did pretty good at getting back to it. Beecher's got a clip of me. Look at, I slammed him down. We won't watch the rest of his goal highlights. He never has to tell his kids about that one, but Mario always has this one. So someday when Chase is the number 1 pick, we'll be able to look back and go, ha, look at that.
It was good stuff. It was a great day. The vendors had some beautiful.
I know I didn't bring enough cash with me, unfortunately, because the jewelry there was amazing. Oh my goodness!
Pieces.
I'd never seen anybody carve the seashells into the clan families. I really like the Wolf clan, the way this guy did the carvings. It was absolutely gorgeous. I got one of his cards. Yeah, there you go. Look at you. Go.
That's awesome stuff there, OJ.
There's Blaine's dunk.
He had a great everybody was we worked the ball around. It was 10-10 with 5 minutes left in the fourth period of against Oneida.
Look at how
and then
fast
this kid
that
kind
kid
of
shoots.
took over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and no question we were jinxing ourselves. Every time me and Bobby would be talking and saying something, great save by Mario. All of a sudden they get a rebound and stuff it in or something similar to that. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left. There was a little skirmish.
This, I gotta say though, that Hussey, man, he's one of my favorite Yeti to watch, man. That kid, and just the way, like that picture right there. He's just like, yeah. He gets so amped up. I absolutely love it. It's yeah.
The beating the poor kid takes.
Yes, he does.
I mean, he takes it, and you want to know what? He just keeps dogging. He keeps dogging, and he keeps digging, and props to him. He's gonna have
I love that one where he just turns around like, what?
Yeah, an electric year up at OCC. So best of luck to him up there this year. He's all done until the season's over, and then we'll get our college guys back.
Yeah, but I mean,
we're fired up about that because we got a bunch of guys that are also going to be playing with the junior Yeti. So not only will they be running with the big guys, but they'll also be running junior Yeti in the new what is it, NJALL or something like that.
I don't know.
That Coleman and Baker and Otto and Paper City are putting together.
Are they doing a junior boxla?
Yeah, we got a junior.
But the NABLL version?
Northeast. It's going to basically start this year with the Northeast.
You guys getting things going.
Teams,
all right.
And we're going to try and get it going from there.
Here comes Snowman's dunk, man. This is beautiful. I love every time I get a highlight of Snowman, I love it. He's just such a nice kid, too.
He's the best.
He's my age, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, iron worker driving all over the place. Yeah, I love it. And Ray, actually, Tate's probably in the chat somewhere. He usually is. You better be in here tonight, Tate. We got freaking highlights of Al.
The beautiful thing, the family comes down. They travel. Love having them there.
I did make sure we got at least one of these clips because this, from what I heard, Jimmy Vanu. Congratulations to this young man who, well, go ahead, tell everybody what his deal. He's been going to school to be a doctor, and now he's starting his residency.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
he's a very intelligent, bright young man. He took every face-off that we faced off on Saturday, and I know at the end of the day he was tired.
Yeah,
and he did a fabulous job.
He had a lot of face-offs.
I mean, you had a PBLA face-off guy. I know Coachy has tried out for many different teams and played in many different leagues, and Jimmy was doing a very solid job with them.
There's
Barry.
Yeah, no, there's no question that Jimmy Vanu is really in that top. Honestly, I'd go out and say he's in the top 200 face-off guys in the country.
What a save by Mario.
Yeah, Mario's awesome. But no, I honestly think with the Farrells and the face-offs you guys had there through Tri-City in the years, so you guys easily have some of the top 500, 200 face-off guys. Because really, it's so tough. But I mean, everybody has to remember too. So Nardella is only from, well, he's a Cass guy, right? So you guys, yeah. So I mean, that's the level of competition that your boys are playing against. So I mean, you had the top level guys. It's not like you just got a bunch of bums out there. But my goodness,
no, there's no question. I mean,
save Roscoe. I thought Hutchie was going to score this one, man. He comes all the way around, catches the rebound, and Roscoe somehow gets that freaking shoulder up.
He's a big guy.
Yeah. He's a big guy. He actually has taken 2 decades off of playing. Just got back into it.
Yeah.
Last year. Yeah. So, yeah, I love it when you get to see these older guys. They had some, young kids. They don't get a ton of time. Then all of a sudden, as the kids get a little older, okay, now we got a little time to start playing again. But you can't expect Mario to do much there all by himself.
No. And that's what happened at the end was, like I was saying, we went on a 5-minute power play with 5 minutes and 34 seconds, and the score's tied 10-10. Me and Bob said to Bob, I'm like, Bob, you couldn't ask for a better situation. And then all of a sudden they came down and ripped off 6 man down goals. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, the kid flying through the air, great stuff.
Yeah. He's
awesome talent.
I tried. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You got to watch it in slow motion to really get an appreciation of it. U50 is the best division. Yeah. I don't know. After watching the Masters, I really like watching the Masters, man, because those guys are not beating the crap out of each other, and they just do all kinds of silly stuff. So you see a lot of big plays, a lot of crazy stuff.
Unless you go to Laxney and they.
That's a little more competitive.
I mean, my pickup league that I play in on some Thursday nights, all of those guys are local master guys, and I'm like, whoa.
The stick skills are still there. May not have the speed, but you want to know what? The ball moves faster than the body, so there's a lot of good passes. And you got usually, you guys play with a 5-second count, OJ?
No, we play no shot clock because none of us know how to work it.
Well, usually with the Masters, there's you can only hold
the ball
for
5 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in an actual Masters game, probably,
but not in your men's league.
Yeah, not in my men's pickup game.
Mario just barely caught that one on his hip, too. That was impressive. Just the way he turned to make sure the ball didn't go in. I don't know whether or not he knew the ball was there. It didn't look like he did till afterwards. But I tell you, Dougie is finally looking like he's moving right again as far as getting those little tricklers that were coming through. I think that's a big part of it. Yeah, he had some issues earlier, but he's got himself figured. Hussey, man, that kid. Give him some few more years in the box, and that kid is going to be so good.
Yep. I mean, and that's what it is. He's only on his second year in box lacrosse. So the sky's the future. Or sky is bright. The future's bright. Sky's the future.
I like it.
Future.
Yeah, man. Mario, freaking bunch of big kick saves. I got to make Mario a video with the kick it again for the Beastie Boys. That's probably my favorite. Honestly, the favorite one I probably did was Sully's when he taught everybody how to cha-cha. But that gets us through the weekend. I was pretty impressed. Yeah, gotta love the Yeti games. I didn't like missing the Firewolves game, especially because they won, but maybe that's what they needed. I needed some time with you and Bob on the helm, listening to you guys call the game too. It did us some good. Oh, I realized I got part of my production values showing. I gotta cut out behind OJ's stick. I got a little wall showing. Sorry about that, everybody. And we have hit 1 hour, Paul. So what is going on with the Yeti right now? Just open floor?
Open floor time. We're shooting for March 15th as our kickoff tryout day. It's a big weekend here in Utica. Excuse me, it would actually be the 16th. The 15th is Saturday. 16th would be Sunday. Saturday, the 15th, we are going to be in the Utica St. Patrick's Day parade again. So we're trying to gather the guys, bring them in and enjoy the family festive atmosphere that we have. And then the following day, we get to business, and we're fired up. We're going to be back at the Igloo and looking to get more games. As far as with word, obviously we just seen Oneida's interested, or Oneida is more than likely going to be in. There's Seneca is back, Thousand Islands is back. Waiting to hear back about Oswego. I also heard that Buffalo Space Flasks may be interested in putting in a team, and also another team out of the Seneca Lakers, I heard, are potentially looking to put a team in. So
I believe they're already registered as the Ganahone Lakers, but they're coming out of Seneca Falls. It's Cayuga Nation
from that
guys.
area.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they've already registered a team, and they're rocking and rolling. I know the league had their
I think
new
they were
team
the
meeting last night.
First registered guys. Them and was it Space Lax?
Space Lax was also, and that is awesome. I mean, the league is growing. I don't know if they'll split it up a little bit.
If you're in or around Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, so that is a town that I cannot hear that and not think is Slapshot, because you know when the guy comes out and opens the bathroom, that's where he's from. Yep. Hails from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go open this bathroom. I freaking love that movie.
I'm gonna wiggle it. Yeah.
You can't even say it nowadays. We'll all get banned off of TV. But oh my goodness.
And
he was one of the those guys was our coach growing up as a kid. So the actual Hanson brothers, the only one that was actually a Hanson. The other two guys were his wife's cousins. But because he was getting a chance to go play in the NHL, he said that fucking stupid movie's never going to do anything. I'm not going to blow my chance in the NHL. So he went and did that and played a few dozen games. And the other Hanson brother, the only actual Hanson, went and did that. He's down in Philadelphia running the practice rink the last I had known. So, yeah. He was my brother's coach for a while, Queensbury guy.
Josh was asking if Albany's going to be back. Albany, from what I'm being told, is going to be back. They just don't know what division they'll be playing in, if they'll be down in the Metro or if they'll be up in the upstate. But I know they like doing the series where they travel for a weekend and go play a game.
I was going to say they're not really interested in the home and home. It doesn't really. It's not anything they're kind of set up for. Those guys don't really run things like that. Maybe they'll do it someday, but they like going down and playing because of, like you just said, they go down and they play 3 games in a weekend, and it kind of does prepare you better for nationals, though. I mean, if you think about it, because that is what the nationals is. But there's nothing like the home and home atmosphere.
You get a little bit, and we had it last year. Is the you get double headers as far as you play Friday night, Saturday night, or you play Friday, Sunday. We do get it up here, and it definitely. The biggest thing is getting more games. We got to get a full season schedule of 10 games, 10 away or 5 away, 5 at home, however it works out. But the guys want to play. We all have more than enough numbers to get the games in.
Probably have 2 more teams coming into the division, so that would easily be 5, though. If you end up with just 2, that's 5, right. And that's only if you end up with Oneida and Gatahonia, and Space Lax does something different. So if Space Lax is in 2, you guys have 3 more, so you guys would automatically have 6 games.
3 and 3. Yeah. So. As far as and then you get to pick up a couple. Maybe we get
provide a work visa. We don't provide a work visa, but if you ever get the ability to come play with us.
Yeah, Tan. The one thing that there is no work visa because it's not a working position. It's a pay to play league, so it's a rec league. We did have this situation with Justin Warner. He came out of Canada to play, and I had to throw some verification and some paperwork together so that he could come down and play with us. But no, maybe that is considered. There was some paperwork that needed to be filled out for him to come and play and not be considered a paid player to come down to the States to play lacrosse.
Because he didn't have a work visa.
You're coming down into the States to play lacrosse for free, really?
Yes.
And not for free, actually, and pay to play. It doesn't happen often, but you want to know what? The opportunity was there for Justin, and we're glad that we got an opportunity to have some Canadian flavor with us. We got a brother in Canada.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what an awesome guy Justin is.
He is. You've got to meet Justin.
Yeah, I met him.
He has totally been saying it for 3 years now that he's going to make it.
Yeah, no, I've met Justin. Justin, great guy for sure. I actually was using the stick last week that has the shaft on it that he gave me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
he's a good tag.
I also might have an interview with him coming up as well, so stay tuned.
Didn't you do one already with him?
I did a mini-isode.
Okay. I was going to say, I thought we did once, but you might have another one coming back out?
Yeah, I might have a full one soon.
Yeah, and so what team was he? He was Team Ireland, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Team Ireland Women's.
Yeah, so.
Ireland Women, yep.
So kudos. Yeah, it's always fun. Yeah, we definitely, if you ever want to come down and play, same thing, Kai. If you ever get up and you want to play in one of the age groups, you let us know. We'll make a spot for you guys to come up and at least hang out. At least show, oh my goodness, it'd be a blast. You guys got to come for Lax Now is what it is. Then you jump on a Tri-City team, and then you can play because they've got all the age groups and everything. They got the Tri-City team. Sign up for Lax Now. Start saving your money. And we've been an hour and 10 minutes. Paul Noecker, close us out. OJ the Dude, thanks so much for being you and telling us all about the games as always. OJ, we appreciate having you. Paul, none of us would be here without you, so close us out.
Yeah.
Close us out. Yeti Nation, keep your eyes open because we do exist. Shoes in your basement, on your property, contact Brandon at B Dry. Inside, outside, they can dry you out. Water no more. Family landscape. Make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ. Make your yard Yeti ready. CBI cables. What the pros use. Custom audio, custom video, network and power cables. Built for your needs. CBI cables. Plug them in. Norris Candy, home of the original candy turkey joints. Check them out online or stop in 321 North Dockstader Ave in Rome, New York. Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Authentic German beer, authentic German food. Try this schnitzel. Ask for a cross-check. Utica's finest barber shop. Contact Jordan Baldwin or Kevin Beach on Booksy.com. It's where Crosscheck gets his haircuts. Duratagre for all your new construction plumbing needs. Outside, inside, all around the town. Contact Dura. You need the pipe? They have the pipes. Utica Club Lounge, where the Yeti hang out pre-game and post-game. Incredible food. We have live music. Have a drink with the Yeti. Get some autographs. Bay Farms, where the beef's at. Where the hay's at. Contact Jimmy Fay. Master Vito Hyundai. Make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. It's been a great season so far. What a score. Brandwide Distillery, Cortland, New York. Stop in, say hello to Jimbo. Check out the shop. While you're at the shop, get yourself a little sampler. Sample that coffee liqueur. Have a little gin and tonic, maybe. And I know he's got that rumski. Stop in. It's what the Yeti drink. Join us on Monday nights. Toast with Brandwide Distillery, Utica Mac Incorporated. For all your sales and service needs, contact Francis Simile, CRM Commercial Residential Management. Contact Jason down at CRM. Robert Dix Jr. Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix, Rome Sign and Display Company, where we get all our banners here at the Yeti outfit. Liberty Affordable Housing. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and a friend of the Yeti. The B-Dry System. Water issues in your basement, on your property, contact Brandon at B-Dry. Inside, outside, they can dry you out. Water no more.